Okay, so in this video we're going to set up our navigation. Now you see here we have our introduction to my ebook, and you need the following computer equipment. Okay, so this one is in 1-introduction, and this one just says computer equipment. So I need to make sure that we have a page within every category. So let's go back here, or a post I meant by that. So let's go add a new post, and then we'll make sure that we have one in here as well. So you need to have something in the master category here. So we'll put equipment needed. Okay, and then we'll say you need several different types of equipment. Okay, and that's good enough for that. So now we will set this again. We need to set that for level 1. And then we need to hide all of these. Actually, we shouldn't be hiding it in the category view. So let's unhide that in the category view. Same with all the other ones. If we hide them in the category view, we won't be able to see it when we set up navigation by category. So let's go back to all posts, and let's just change those other ones to not hide it in the category view. So down here, and category pages we don't want to hide. And yeah, we'll keep them hidden in, well, we can either hide them or unhide them in the search results. It's up to you. We have a search box on there. We could take it off or unhide it, whichever way you want to go. So we got to be careful of how we hide things there. We might not have anything visible. And let's go back to introduction here and set that one as well. Back to, we don't want it hidden on the category pages. Okay, so there are 2 different ways we can set up our category or our navigation. We can set up by using categories on the sidebar or by using custom menus. Now, if you're going to use the categories on the sidebar, you're going to want to use a drag and drop plugin that will allow you to order the categories. So let me show you that. Let's go to Add New. And here we want My Category Order. Okay, here it is. Let's install. And activate. Okay, so now we can go over to, if we go to Posts, and then you'll see here My Category Order. So if we click there, now we can drag and drop these the way we want to order these. Okay, now because we numbered these are already in the right order. But if we go into here, and now we can order subcategories. Okay, so we got computer equipment and communications. So now we can drag and drop these the way we want. Okay, so like that. Okay, so that's how you can get the categories in the right order so they show up in the sidebar. Okay, now to add sidebar navigation, we would go over to widgets, so appearance and widgets. Okay, now you see over here we have My Category Order. So if we open this now and put My Category Order, Okay, so order by my order. Okay, so that's what I set, ascending, okay, and so on. So we can show as drop down, show last update, show count, hide empty, use description as title, and show hierarchy. So let's save and close. Okay, now let's go visit the site. Okay, so now you see we have introduction, equipment needed, and computer equipment. So if we go introduction, shows the introduction, equipment needed, and then of course under equipment needed it will show the subcategory as well. Okay, and there's your pages. Now you'll see here it says categories, so let's go back to widgets and then back to the content sidebar and then back to my category order. Okay, and in title here we should just put navigation. And save. Now there is one problem with doing it this way, in that everybody can see the table of contents when they get to here, okay, whether they are a paid member or not. So let's log out here. And let's go to the blog itself. You'll see that we can see the navigation, but when we click on it, people can see it without paying for it. Now, if we click on the actual title, you'll see that it's prompting to pay. So we have a security hole there that we need to fill. So let's log in and go fill that security hole. And that is with S2 member. Okay, so let's go to S2 member. And then we need to go to restriction options. And then we need to go to category access restrictions. Okay, so we need to put categories that require level 1 or higher access. Okay, so now the category IDs are 1, 2, 3, 34. As you see here, they're numbers. Or you can type all. So we're going to type all because we're not going to have any categories that are available to anybody below level 1, which is our paid level. Okay, so let's go down here and save that. So let's go log out. Let's go back. Now let's click here. Okay, now it's working the way we want. The categories are visible, but we can't get at them. Now, this isn't the ideal way to do it. You really don't want somebody being able to look at the navigation. So a better way to do it is to use custom menus. Okay, so let's go back here and log in again. And now we're going to use menus instead. Okay, so let's go down to appearance and menus. Okay, now we're going to create a custom menu for our site only for members. Okay, so we're going to give it a name here, so we'll just call it navigation or table of contents, say. And let's create the menu. Okay, so now we have a menu created. Now what we need to do is create the structure. Okay, now you see over on the left here we have categories. So what we want to do is add all of the categories to here. So by the time we're done our ebook, we would have all the categories filled out. We add those to the menu. Okay, now here you could add it to your theme, but we don't want to do that. Let's save the menu. Now let's go to Manage Locations. Okay, so this is what I mean here. You have the top primary menu, which is along the top, and the secondary menu on the left sidebar. Okay, so we can select menus to go there, but what we have instead are widgets. So again, let's go down to widgets. And then we can put a custom menu over here. So we can go to the content sidebar again. Actually, let's open that. Let's get rid of this navigation here. Bring in the custom menu. Okay, so this would be that we've only got the one menu there, so let's save that. Okay, so now when we go visit the site, here is our menu over here. Okay, so introduction, equipment needed, and then computer equipment. Okay, so let's log out. And let's come back. And when we click introduction, you'll see it's doing the same thing. So all we need to be able to do is exclude these by menu role or by user role so that paid members or free members are not going to be able to see these menu items. All right, so let's log back in. Okay, now we're going to go to plugins and we're going to do add new. And then we're going to type in here nav menu. And this is what we want here, nav menu roles. So we'll install. Click OK. Activate plugin. Okay, now back to appearance and menus. And then we go into our menus here. Now, you'll see here, here's our first one, introduction. And when we click on there, you'll see now that we can see by role. Now, we have S2 member level 1, level 2, level 3. So we could say S2 member level 1, or we could just say logged in. Now, the problem with logged in is if they're demoted to free, they're still going to be able to see it. So we're going to want to say S2 member level 1 or administrator, okay, so that we can see it. So just set that on every one of them. So we want S2 member level 1, administrator. S2 member level 1 administrator. And so you would do that with all of your menus. Now, if you install the plugin first before you create all your menus, you can do it all at the same time. So let's save the menu. Now, if we visit the site, we should be able to see the navigation there, and we can. Let's go. Now let's log out. Back to the site. And there you'll see the menus disappear. So this is a much cleaner way to do it. Okay, so everything's set up there and everything's ready to go. The last thing we're going to do is just a flow test to make sure that S2 member is working properly, and we'll do that in the next video.